Welcome to Violet Light Tarot. This is the Libra reading for June of 2020. I have a pick a card reading for you today. This is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. We also have the hematite, tiger's eye, and aventurine crystals if you choose by crystal instead of by pile. If you're new to pick a card readings, the idea is to choose either the pile or the crystal that's drawing you most to it. You can choose by favorite color as well. You may not be able to see it, but the tiger's eye does have sort of a tan or almost like an amber color throughout the middle of it. The other way of choosing as well that we'll be doing in a moment is a very short meditation. If you're drawn to more than one pile, absolutely, well, you're welcome to stay with us actually for the entire video if you wish. Just for a short second, I'd like to go through our varying other platforms that we have available as well. So for Violet Light Tarot, we have a store where we offer individual readings personalized to you in either written format. We also have video readings, which would be the same as what you're seeing right now, but it will only be one spread as it's your energies or the energies based on you and the question that you've requested. And lastly, but never leastly, we also have the one-on-one sort of in-person, as much as we can do right now, Zoom platform live readings as well that are also available. We're also on Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, and we're also going to be starting a Facebook group soon. I'll let you know as soon as that's available as well. And everything is linked in the description and in the main page for the YouTube as well. Please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell. This month we're going to be doing readings for the full and new moon. There's 2 eclipses in June as well. There's varying retrogrades. And you're always welcome to come back at the end of the month. We're going to be doing this every month. We're going to be doing what was your takeaway and what was your lesson that was meant to be learned during the month. And we'll do that for all the zodiac signs again. So sit back and relax. Take a moment. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Open your eyes slowly. Whichever of the piles that your eyes were drawn to initially when you opened your eyes is the pile that is intended for you. There are timestamps in the description and in the top comment that's pinned to the video. See you in a moment, Libra. Welcome to those who picked pile 1 for Libra for June of 2020. If you picked either pile 1 as a number or the hematite crystal, this is the pile that's meant for you. We have 8 cards in your pile today, and the 8 cards placed together in a spread is your actual message. So as I'm flipping them and showing them to you, if anything looks concerning within just a single card, hold off and absorb the energies as they come as a whole, okay? So we're starting out with the 3 of Wands in reverse. The Tower in reverse, and the 7 of Pentacles. For your oracle cards, we have No, and underneath it says wait, postpone, pause, or say no. Yes. Your intuition is correct. Take action accordingly. Reminder. The number 28 is at the top. The Garden and the Gate with the number 30. And your shadow card for this pile is Ceridwen with Inspiration. Okay, Libra, so what I'm seeing to start off with is the Three of Wands in reverse, the Tower card in reverse, and the Seven of Pentacles. The Three of Wands, if it were upright, would indicate the start of motion or waiting for a delivery. The Tower card, if it were upright, would talk about a change or something monumental happening within your life at this time. So it's either that something monumental has happened and caused you to move, or something monumental has happened in the past, but you haven't moved yet. You could be sort of stuck, not stuck necessarily, but you could be in the energy of the Seven of Pentacles, which is growth, waiting for investments. The idea is that in the traditional decks, it shows a farmer and the pentacles are depicted as a crop or a bush, and he's basically resting, waiting for them to grow into harvest. So it could be that you are having something has happened previously, or the in reverse is hard to tell because it's either it has happened or hasn't happened yet, but isn't going to happen during June. And the Three of Wands in reverse is saying that you're not moving at this time. So let's go through and see what the rest of the cards together put and see where we're headed. Because right now it just looks like you are waiting. You're kind of stuck in a holding pattern still. So it's as if the Three of Wands in reverse is actually showing a Two of Wands where you're stagnant energy, as it were. And the Tower moment hasn't happened yet, or may have just sort of been avoided, as it were. We do have no, which also notes to pause or wait, that something's postponed. And conversely, we also have yes, which is saying that your intuition is correct. And a reminder mixed with the garden and the gate depicts a girl who's standing in a garden, basically looking off into the horizon, daydreaming or forlornly looking at what could be coming, what she's hoping for. Remember that energies are energies, and girl, she, her, it's interchangeable if you happen to be a gentleman or a male identifying watching. So what I'm seeing from this is basically it's telling me that you literally are in a holding pattern of indecision. You haven't moved on your own. Spirit is letting you know that if you don't move, that a Tower moment will happen. That it's basically saying you are going to experience this change whether you want to and are the one to initiate it, or whether you're waiting and the universe does it for you, in which case, Tower. The Seven of Pentacles is telling that maybe the reason why you're waiting is because you're waiting for things to come in. You're waiting for things to progress maybe on their own. You feel that you've done enough work and you're just sitting back and waiting for everything else to fall into place. You have been waiting, and while you have the idea of pause, it's really, to me, it's saying that you personally are in postponement. You are stuck in a pattern of waiting. The universe is trying to tell you that yes, your intuition is correct in the fact that what you want to have happen, what you are investing in, is ready. And it's actually telling you to take action accordingly, so they want you to move forward. The guides and the spirits want you to go forward with whatever it is that you've been working on, and they want you in June to take that next step. This is acting as a reminder to move yourself along, so to speak. So you're sitting daydreaming, waiting. If you look at these as clarifiers, you're looking at here. You've invested, you're waiting for things to grow, and literally you're basically daydreaming, and it may be even a manifestation that you're wanting things to start. You're doing all the work, the internal work for things to start, but the time now is to literally take action and make it happen. The shadow card that we have for you, which is basically the underlying concern or the thing that may be holding you back the most, is inspiration. And you may be waiting right now for that sort of kickstart, maybe more motivation than inspiration. Like I said, you've done all the work, you've put in all the investment as far as your time, as far as your drawn out the plans, you've made all the arrangements, and now you've kind of stopped right at the time when it's ready to activate this next level, when it's ready to start this. Maybe it's a business, maybe it's a venture of some time, an investment. I don't see anything regarding a relationship, but you never know. That could be what it is as well. But it's basically saying, okay, you've put in all of the legwork, you've put in all of the planting of the seeds, as it were, if you want to go ahead with the Seven of Pentacles, and now you're sitting back and waiting when you should be harvesting. You should be doing the Eight of Pentacles right now, where you're actually doing the work to make the thing, like, build it. And it's basically an inspirational stop. It's as if your inspiration has kind of gone out the window a bit. Right now, Spirit is saying, kickstart yourself. Go ahead and harvest what you've planted. Go ahead and take that action which you've been intuitively inspired to do. You're just holding off on the inspiration for whatever reason, whether it's a fear of completion, which can also happen, where you're worried about, okay, if I really do complete this, if I really do finish this entire task, project, start this thing, then what? And that could be where you're actually having the issue. The inspiration is, it's almost procrastination, because you fear the next step. You have been holding off, you have been postponing, you have been waiting. It's basically your pause throughout May, throughout the beginning of the year, is now come to an end. The universe is letting you know that in June, if you pretty much aren't willing to do the harvesting yourself, aren't willing to take that next step, that next action, the universe will push you into that next step. It will turn that tower completely around, and you will have that moment where everything will change. It may be good. It may be that it will change for the positive, and you will get exactly what you have what you have meant to harvest, exactly what you have planted. But it also may be the exact reverse. You may end up losing all of it because you didn't act, because you procrastinated, waited it out. The universe does have a if you don't want it angle as well to it, so you can do all the manifesting that you're hoping to do and wanting to do, but at the end of the day, there is that free will asking you to go ahead and take it, because opportunities do pass by. Opportunities are missed daily, sometimes hourly in some instances. That literally is the tower in sort of the negative, as it were. So it's, if you don't take this opportunity to grab this and keep going with it, then it will leave. It will vanish. So Libra, what I'm seeing for you for June is the universe is propelling you to move forward on your own, and hopes that you do. I hope you do too. Anyway, so I hope you liked this reading. Please comment, hit the like, subscribe, and press the bell notification as well for our upcoming readings. For the month of June, we have specifically the full and new moons, the 2 eclipses, retrogrades, our weekly readings, of course, and at the end of the month, come back and we are going to do what the zodiac signs were meant to learn or take away from the month of June. Have a really wonderful next 30 days. Bye. Welcome to those who picked pile 2 for Libra for June of 2020. This is the second pile, or the Tiger Eye crystal. There are 8 cards within your deck today, and I'm going to turn them over and show them to you individually. As we go through, though, if you see anything that looks worrying just within a single card, hold off. Don't actually get concerned about it, because what we're doing is the message that's meant for you is all 8 cards put together as a spread. Okay? So we have the 7 of Wands in reverse, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and the 6 of Wands in reverse. We also have Leap. You go first. The universe will catch you. Empowerment. You're more powerful than you realize. It's safe for you to be powerful. We have Lust, and the number 24 at the top. We have Storm Warning with the number 10. And your shadow card is Medea, and underneath it says Deception. Okay, Libra, so what I'm seeing for you actually for June is you're coming out of a lot of things. So you've had some conflicts that have been taking place. So you've had that energy of the You've had that energy of the 7 of Wands, and now you're coming out of it. Okay? But with that conflict and with what occurred during that time, you are a little bit sort of hesitant about what to expect, what to go through. You're walking on eggshells for June. So you've got the King of Pentacles in reverse, which means you're not quite confident with regard to your finance or your material self at the moment. Feeling a little bit on shaky ground. You've also got the 6 of Wands in reverse. You're waiting on a victory, but it hasn't taken place, or you're maybe feeling like even though you may have won whatever the conflict was that took place in May or earlier, it doesn't really feel like a victory to you. Spirit and the guides are asking you to take a leap and that the universe will follow you. So you are being asked at this time to try and get that positivity of yours up. There is empowerment within you. You should be feeling empowered at this time. Not you should as in why aren't you, but you should as in you should start to. For June, you should be feeling more empowered than you are right now. You're feeling, like I said, a little shaky at the moment, but the universe is going to catch you and going to keep you where you need to be, and it's going to follow you as well. You are empowered in that fact that there is the universe behind you and ready to go with you wherever you're heading. Lust could speak of passion rather than actual physical lust. It could be that you are coming into something new and you're really starting to want to go into it. So you are a little hesitant in June, but you do have, you know how you kind of, even when you're feeling bad or even when you're feeling maybe a little down, there is that kind of every now and then you're like, I really want to, whatever it happens to be. So that's where your lust is coming in. It's, like I said, it's not a lust as in an actual drive. It's more a niggling effect, which is funny because we didn't actually get the niggling from the light workers deck, but that's what I'm feeling. It's kind of like an underlying, it's on its way. There is a storm warning card though here, and what that is if you continue in this sort of shadow that you're in right now, literally in the shadow with deception, that you may be headed for a storm. If you continue in this quietness that you're in right now, in this sort of post-conflict, everything feels a little upside down, that is literally what you're manifesting for the rest of the month and into maybe even into July. The deception card for the shadow card is really, to me, is saying you may be actually deceiving yourself. So you did come out of the conflict that you were in. you do have the ability to turn these around. You do have the ability to, you are victorious, even though it doesn't feel like it. Like maybe the way the conflict ended or the way you ended up winning whatever it was, it feels more like a loss than a win. But the universe is saying that you are empowered, you are where you need to be. And the thoughts that you're having right now that are keeping you away from feeling victorious and keeping you away from that strength in your concrete world it's inside you. It's all shadow. It's all sort of the rats in the back of your head, telling you things that may not actually be true. The thoughts that don't actually belong to you, so to speak. And the storm warning is saying that if you can't work on the shadow, if you can't take that leap and feel that empowerment and get that passion level up, that you will continue to feel that. You will continue to feel that down. That, what do they call it? There's a psychological term for it where you're feeling like that's it, imposter syndrome. So your victory could feel like imposter syndrome, where you have won, but you don't feel like you have, or you don't feel like maybe you should have. So you're keeping yourself out of that. And the storm warning is saying to watch out for these feelings, because you could end up losing whatever it was that you've gained because you can't pull yourself out of that. So the suggestion and the guides that I'm hearing from, and Spirit telling us through the cards, what I'm seeing for you for June, Libra, is you have come out of that conflict. Even though it's still going on in your head, you are physically outside of that conflict. There is a win here, and you can feel victorious. You sort of just need to turn yourself around. You need to turn around your thoughts, your feelings on the subject. You aren't an imposter in the way that you won. You aren't an imposter in the fact that this was actually meant for you to have. Okay, Spirit and the guides want you to have this victory. They want you to feel that empowerment to be that version of yourself that you are meant to be, which is where they want you to go. And they're just asking that you take a step back from the darkness that you're feeling right now. Take a step back from the deception and deceptive feelings that you're having, and really walk into, or take a leap from where you are into a moment of trust, into your empowerment, into that passion that leads to the victory and allows you to accept and embrace the win and the gains that have come with the end of that struggle. This is what I have for you for June of 2020, Libra, for pile 2. Thank you for joining. Please comment, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to notify you for our upcoming videos, including our weeklies, the full and new moon, the eclipses, retrogrades, and the end of the month when we come back and review for the zodiac signs what the lesson and takeaway for you was meant to be for June. Have a wonderful month. Please feel better. Thank you. And welcome, Libra, to pile 3 for June of 2020. If you chose the third pile or the aventurine crystal, this is for you. We have 8 cards today in your pile, and I'm going to go through, lay them all out. Give them each a second, because if there happens to be something in here that you're not comfortable with, or maybe a card looks a little worrying if it comes out in reverse, hold off and look at the message that's intended, which is all 8 put together. Okay? So we're starting out with the Tower. We have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And the Queen of Cups upright. The ever unfolding rose. Cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you. Healing heart. You're a powerful healer. Keep up the great work. We have success. And the number on the top of the card is 39. We also have the 6th chakra, or Archangel Metatron, with the number on the top being 40. And last but never least, we have Arachne, or Hubris. Okay, that's a shadow card. So Libra, what I'm seeing for you for June is either you're about to have at the beginning of the month a tower moment, which is a life-changing event, or you have just had it at the end of May, and this is sort of like it's pretty much just happened. And we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. It's not that you have any security issues with regard to finance or your location or anything material. You may just feel a little bit more shaky on those grounds because of whatever that tower moment was. You do have the Queen of Cups though, so you are in charge of your emotions, as it were. You are able to keep yourself in check that way. You're not going to be feeling overly anxious or allowing your emotions to run away with you, as they say. This does have that it's an unfolding rose, which means that, as it says, it's happening for you, but not to you. Whatever the tower moment was, it was meant to happen to assist you to become the person you're meant to be. So healing heart, you're a healer and you're on the right path. So you are whatever the tower moment is, it's going to be different for everybody, as there are varying people watching this particular video. The healing that's going on right now is within you, and it's an unfolding healing. It's happening at this time. It's emotional as opposed to healing, and that could be why the Queen of Pentacles is in reverse too, is because the healing is meant to happen on an emotional level to your heart, as opposed to in the physical to your, say, bank account, or what do they call it, investments, properties, that kind of thing. You do have the success card, so you have success in June in mastering everything that you need to master for that particular thing. So for your emotions, to keep yourself going, keep your heart light, keep that meaningfulness within your life. Archangel Metatron is the 6th chakra, which is a lovely shade of purple, and it's regarding the third eye, or the spot in the middle of your forehead. That is talking about the fact that that is open for you, and is open for you to receive the guidance that the spirits and guides are trying to provide to you with regard to your healing at this time. The shadow that I'm seeing here for Arachne is hubris. It's basically meant as a sort of warning from spirit to be aware of your self-confidence at this time, or your pride. Because sometimes, depending on exactly what kind of tower moment you've gone through, there is that moment where you're trying to build yourself up and I can get this done, I can do this, I'm fine, I'm. But just remember to keep sort of your ego in check, as it were. You're doing wonderfully on your own, you're doing wonderfully with your emotions. Just remember to take a moment and have that gratitude and be grateful for where you are at the moment. Not just the fact that you brought yourself to this point, but that you were guided to this point as well. So you do have that third eye that's open right now and is helping you and guiding you to your emotional state being better, your healing process taking place, and the fact that it's reminding you that the world is unfolding for you as opposed to something happening to you in a bad way. And the shadow work that's being asked of you is to just be aware that gratitude is key to all things. So remember to remove pride from things as much as possible. Be proud of who you are, yes, but make sure that the pride isn't overtaking you. Make sure that your ego isn't overdoing it. This is what I'm seeing for you, Libra, for June. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and please come back and join us for the full and new moon, the 2 eclipses, the retrogrades, and at the end of the month we're doing a zodiac reading for all of the signs with regard to what did you learn within June? What was your takeaway from the month? Please have a wonderful day and a wonderful month of June. Thank you, Libra.